my time here in Arapahoe, Haley and I have had the opportunity to work on several projects for the community. One of my favorite events I got to put on this summer was Small Business Saturday. I had about 20 businesses participate, and they each offered a specific deal or prize for that day.
One of the main projects we've been working on is Downtown Revitalization, which we held an open house charrette event for in June. At this event, both Kennedy and I were on site and in person.
I have learned how to be more of an inclusive leader, and I have gotten to use these skills when communicating with business owners or community members of Arapahoe.
Arapahoe also gave me an opportunity to work on my professional skills across the board, which was so enriching because I've gained experience in several professional skills from technical writing to building relationships.
So we created 2 projects in tourism with an app and a survey, and with those 2 projects we were able to see the rates and growth of the tourism coming in and out of Dawes County.
One of the great opportunities I've gotten working with one of my community leaders, Terry Haynes, is I've gotten to participate in a lot of trainings that help people to deal with somebody who may be going through a mental health crisis, and that's something that I will need to be able to do in my future as a psychologist. So this was a very valuable experience for me vocationally and personally.
If we can create inclusion, then it opens up the opportunity for more diverse individuals to feel welcome and want to take part in that. So ultimately this summer we've been trying to spread education and awareness to our community through mental health resources and tourism so that people understand the resources they have available to them and can feel like a greater part of this community.
Hello everyone, welcome to Castor County. This is Asalma. During this summer, I got the opportunity to work as an RPN at Castor County. Since my internship was fully remotely, our project at Castor County was to create a connection between each single community in Nebraska in one site. The project was about creating a color coding map that will show the number of contacts per zip code, the population per zip code, and the layers of different regions. Indeed, my position was online, but I have learned a lot of new experiences about mapping that will help me in the future as a mechanical engineering student at UNL.
We worked here in Gothenburg in 2 main projects, and the first project was the Impact Center. And the Impact Center is a building that contains 4 buildings in the project, and the first one is the Early Learning Center, as well as a Health and Family Center, an Event Center, and a Sports Center. We built the website for the campaign to raise funding and money for the Impact Center.
For the project of the Trail Master Plan, we have been able to present to the City Council a Trail Master Plan with the help of the input of different citizens and from the survey that we provided.
Being here in Gothenburg and connecting with leaders that have high influence taught me about inclusive leadership, that connecting with people and being easy to connect with is very important in order to give everyone the sense of belonging and connection in the community.
At the end of this experience, we have learned different skills and we have gained different knowledge. We have gained technology skills, some professionalism from different people that we interacted with, and we have been able to learn about leadership and how we can be able to impact the community.
The idea of a couple of strangers coming from this university out to this town, just helping out, it was kind of nice to teach the people that people from urban communities aren't out here to change their beliefs or way of life. We need to be able to come together into the middle, meet in the middle, and work together for that future that works for all of us.
This summer, 2 projects that I worked on were organizing a farmer's market and beginning to conduct a tree inventory, where I measure the number of trees in a community, the species, and details about them.
My preconceived ideas I had about rural communities did not match the reality that I came to discover when I started working with the people. I think that's an important lesson that everybody should learn or be reminded of from time to time. That the things you hear and you start to imagine about someone or somewhere are not reality. Instead, I don't want to let hearsay guide me. I want my experiences to show me the truth.
Using what I learned, I will be able to be a more effective, inclusive leader who is better situated to deal with issues and work with diverse groups of people.
This summer, one of my major accomplishments was working on a leadership training workshop series. And so we hosted a bunch of different workshops where we got to help members of the community improve upon their leadership skills, talking about things like Clifton strengths and inclusive leadership and building trust as a leader and managing change and all sorts of different topics.
One of the main accomplishments I've had this summer was working on a career exploration platform and developing a job shadow program for students ranging from middle school to high school.
The big thing that I did this summer was do an overhaul of the DAD website by updating the information so it's more accessible to anyone who's looking to see what Dawson area has to offer. The other thing that we did this summer was do our community service at Camp Kamika, which is where we are staying.
I'm wanting to go into workforce development and host different training programs and really just help people become better at their jobs and better leaders to hopefully make work a more enjoyable experience for everybody. And this summer definitely lent skills that I can take into my future.
One of the biggest things I learned was that you really just have to get to know people because we all have different strengths and weaknesses, and if you don't know a person, you don't know what those are, so you can't build on those to make a good team.
It is not a journey that happens within a day or a week, but a process of continuous learning and growing as an inclusive leader. And I'm so grateful for having a great team that has helped me through this journey of growing.
I would say this experience helped me grow a lot as an exclusive community leader. Working with Native American, it was an eye-opening experience for me. I learned a lot about their history, their background, and their culture. I got an opportunity to interact with some. Unfortunately, I found their culture and my culture having a lot of things in common.
This experience has been a very big growth opportunity for me.
I went into this experience with an open eye, and without any doubt, I can say I was able to learn from this particular group.
Throughout this experience, I have learned more than I would have imagined myself learning at the start of it, and I'm very grateful to have been part of this amazing Macy team. Thank you.
Most of my projects were about reviewing and updating promotional materials that they produce over time. I also identified what are the best practices for question design, what is the best way to analyze the data that they obtain with those surveys all across the state. And I also identified what are the best softwares online that we can use to make the process of analyzing the data more effective. If someone in the community are thinking, oh, maybe I should start a business, maybe this is the little spark that is missing for them to go ahead and get started. I had some challenges and I worked from home, so I definitely learned resilience and discipline. I learned how to organize big projects, how to keep focused. I definitely learned some leadership skills by observing Jordan and her team.
Welcome to Valley County! I found the unmatched community hospitality, the bustling downtown, the wide open spaces, and of course, the great people is why everyone else should too.
Valley County has given me the best lifetime adventure.
This summer, we took on most of our projects together as a collaborative unit.
Each week, we had a strategic planning session where we decided how to tackle the week's responsibilities and set ourselves up for success in each of our projects. We focused on projects that involve childcare, a new water trail, business development, tourism, an alumni database, and so much more through these meetings.
This experience has helped us to understand the importance of partnerships and utilizing your available resources. As we leave and go on, I'm so excited to be able to come back and see the changes and innovations that will be happening here. As we've heard it multiple times this summer, ORD is on the cusp of so much potential and exciting change. Look out, Nebraska, because here ORD comes.
Welcome to Pierce County. During this summer, I focused on the Digital Reconnected Community Project. I expected it to to end before the end of summer, but I haven't realized yet how big it was. I had a chance to get different business owners and talk to them and do some videos for them and post them on the YouTube channel of Pierce County Economic Development. This summer helped me to discover that I can go to the grad school to learn rural development or community development.
I had two primary projects this summer. One was a tourism campaign for Willow Creek State Recreation Area, and one was enhancing the social media presence of PSED. I will use what I've learned from this experience as I return to my hometown and get involved in our local volunteer organizations, and especially become more involved in kind of our local government.
During this summer, I worked on two projects. One was to create an entrepreneurship program for youth in 12th to 9th grade, and the other was to create a county-wide geocaching game. And all these are important skills to me because I've learned new things that I can add to my skill set basket.
Welcome to Ravenna!
Hi, my name is Olivia Oddie, and I'm serving as a student fellow in Ravenna, Nebraska.
My name is Maria Harthorn, and this summer I've been stationed in Ravenna as a student fellow. And from this experiential learning that I couldn't have gotten in the classroom, I can go back to Lincoln for my final year and really know what Nebraska needs and how I can best serve our state.
Throughout my time in Ravenna, I was able to work with the Ravenna Area Vision Fund, and right now their big project is working on a hike and bike trail. So I've gotten to help them with their grant applications and gone to different meetings with them. Rural communities don't happen by accident here. You have to put in the work and you have to be willing to keep progressing towards a better future.
I've seen these people interested in broadening their scope to serve customers in a new way, which is really encouraging.
Hi, I'm Lydia Bank. I'm one of the Rural Fellows here.
Hi, I'm Megan Durantis. I'm the second Rural Fellow here.
And this summer we've had the privilege to serve our community in a number of meaningful ways. I personally have been able to work on developing the websites for the Schuyler Community Development as well as the Schuyler Chamber. And in doing so, we've been able to really build our online presences for our businesses and really get them out there and let the people know what all Schuyler has to offer.
Some of the projects I've been working on, one of them was for the Chamber of Schuyler, is working on developing a master list of all their businesses in Schuyler, want to know who owns them, contact information, are they on social media, all that information to help one market Schuyler, apply for grants, and also to help the Chamber understand what needs to be worked on and what's currently working.
So these relationships that I've built in Schuyler are ones that I hope to carry with me throughout the rest of my life, and I could not be more grateful for my time in this community or my work with the Rural Prosperity Nebraska.
My purpose being here was something that I truly valued, and that as a leader, it is my responsibility to make sure that the workers understand that I value them, I want them here, and that I respect them here.
To work and engage with local residents has been an invaluable learning experience over the past several weeks. It has been our privilege to interview different knowledgeable Superior residents who have given us a great deal of information about this town's history from its founding to the present.
The project we worked on through our internship was creating videos about the history of the town. This involved meeting people, making phone calls, recording interviews, writing scripts, and putting everything together into videos.
I had a sense of belonging and warmth from the moment I moved to Superior. It comforted me that I could anytime rely on the community for kindness and support.
I've never had an experience quite like this before. I have met so many wonderful people. It has been so cool to see what goes into working in a small town.
We have been working on a program, I can call it a program, that is called Web First Impressions. We have developed a questionnaire, and the questionnaire is going to be used by extension leaders, extension agents who are going to assess different rural Nebraska towns.
Because we're looking at this from the perspective of an outsider who has no knowledge of the town. So we want to maximize tourism, we want to maximize future residents' experiences. We also want to maximize the experience of current residents.
I also learned about different ways I act as a leader and how I can probably improve or actually keep doing what I thought was one element that was good.
I think this has definitely helped me grow as a leader. It helped me with public speaking skills. It helped me be a lot better with like time management.
Hi, we're Connor and Victor. This summer we've been working in Valentine as Rural Fellows. We lived with Mike and Kim, and here we are on what we call a Midwestern safari, trying to track down some buffaloes. We also worked on projects that we hope will have a lasting impact on both us and the community.
The reason I think our work that we're doing here in Valentine is so important is that in the end, we want to improve the overall quality of life of the people and residents in Valentine and Cherry County.
I think that the work we're doing is really important, specifically because it's allowing people of different backgrounds to work together. And in a world that's rapidly evolving towards globalization, none of us are going to work with people who are similar to us all the time.
Coming to Valentine, I found it so cool that inclusive leadership in a rural community is based on relationships.
This summer here in Wahoo, I was really focused on the downtown and specifically working with the downtown businesses as I needed to discuss the upcoming projects and construction such as revitalization efforts here in the coming years. I've learned a lot of valuable and wonderful things over the summer. Some of them pertain to communication skills and just personal skills in general. And I think that is the number one thing I'll be taking away from this.
My name is Allie Metchke, and I'm a civil engineering student at UNL. Through the Rural Prosperity Nebraska program, I was able to work in the Water Utilities Department and gain hands-on experience with the utilities we use every day. My role in the beginning stages of this project was to collect data for the city and JEO, which is a local engineering firm founded in Wahoo. The hands-on and shadowing experience I had from this opportunity was far more enriching than merely hearing about it in a class.